Honey, thanks again for coming out. Um, I just want to speak about a few things real quick. First and foremost, I'm about to get into a fight, by the way, so there'll be some gameplay going on, but I'm about to read something, so I'm just going to be standing still for a little bit. But before I do that, I just want to give a few shout outs. Just thanks a couple of guys who made some comments on my previous video. So, quick shout out to Dark Mage 30,000, Strawwiser, Tomi Tomian, and Ion Zero. I hope I got all of your names right, and I appreciate you coming out. These guys gave me some great insight about a few things. One about I got some theories on how Poise actually works in Dark Souls 3, because we know it quote unquote works as intended. It just works differently from the other games. So I'll mention that in a second. And I also Strawwiser actually gave me some additional notes about the update that we just recently had. Some stuff that wasn't necessarily in the initial patch notes. So I just want to go over those really quick. I'm just going to read his comment. Basically, the Dark Sword actually did get a significant stamina nerf and recovery time change for all R1, quote unquote R1 spam weapons. That way the recovery time will be longer. It's not the case on Offhand, and also Miracle's got a cast speed increase, and Lightning Stake has new animation. There's even more damage on all spells. Bursting Fireball and Fair and Hail buffed. Let's see, the Lingering Dragon Rest Ring now infects the Moonlight Greatsword. The weapon art actually deals more damage on it, and projectile lasts longer. All spell buff rings. Let's see, the projectile lasts longer and all spell buff rings, excuse me. Let's see, we got a buffed Chaos Blade. Increased counter damage. Clutch rings are behaving weird now. I'm not sure exactly what he meant by that. I'll have to try them out to see what actually changed on that. Let's see. Magic Clutch Ring seems to give a 15% damage increase and 10% damage taken increase. But these results apply only to PvP. Let's see. There was a few other things he let me know about. Let's see. Let's see here. Well, that's about the same as what we got on the patch notes. I'm just going over his comment really quick. Yeah, it seems to be about it that was different. I didn't notice those little details in the patch notes themselves. So he said he'll hit me up again if he discovers something else different. So it looks like those notes were a little bit more vague than we originally thought they were, because other things changed. I don't know if that was intentional or what have you, but it seems like a few other things changed along with what we knew about. I also got some interesting theories on how Poise works. I got two separate theories. They both make sense. Kinda. I'll give you my thoughts on them, but I remember there was a general consensus for a while that how Poise worked in this one is that it changed the amount of, it increased the iframes whenever you did a roll. It doesn't seem to make sense given the fact that you tend to increase your poise by wearing, really heavy armor. So when you do that, you can't really, you can still roll, but your roll sucks. The animation for your roll sucks. How this makes sense, though, as far as maybe poise does work that way, is because if you are wearing heavy armor, your roll does suck. You can't roll as fast, so in order to still dodge an attack, you would need more iframes. So I can see him doing this. So instead of you just tanking hits, you can just, it makes it easier for you to dodge attacks by rolling with that slow-ass roll you get. But when you think heavy armor do, you tend not to roll. So it's a little weird to go that route if that's how it goes down. If that's not the case, though, there is another theory to where how it actually works. Why is he shooting at me? There's someone else trying to fight you too. But another theory I heard about how it works is if you guys play fighting games at all like I do, there's a mechanic in fighting games. It's kind kind of like a hyper armor thing. Basically, it's like if you play Street Fighter V, that's the most recent one I've been playing. Zangief, he's a really slow character. One of the perks he has is that if you're using certain attacks, right? Since his animation is so slow, while he's executing that move, if another character goes to hit him while he's in that animation, his punch, he'll just tank through their attack and still hit them. So, and we refer to that as hyper armor. So in a sense, there's a theory that that's how Poise works in this one. So instead of you just standing still and tanking attacks, you actually have to be performing an action, like actually attacking your opponent. And then while you're in your animation, you tank that hit. You know, prior to, I didn't realize I drank all my Estus flask. Anyway, you tank that hit, you know, while you're in your animation, so that way they don't just stop you. Oh, I didn't think that was gonna kill me. You know, so that way they don't stop you. So anyways, like, so if you're just standing still, you won't tank the hits. You know, unless you use a spell or something to do it first. You know, there's that miracle that lets you tank hits, or you're doing a weapon art that does it. But if you're not doing any of those, you're doing a regular attack, then while you're in animation, if they hit you, then that's when you tank the attacks. But if you're just standing still, there is, like, quote unquote, there is no poise. You just, you know, you kind of still get staggered when you get hit. That actually makes sense. I can see that. The roll thing makes sense too. You know, when you put it in the sense that if you're going to fat roll, you're going to need more iframes. I haven't taken the time to test them out myself. I kind of need to jump in some PvP matches to do it. The problem with doing that, though, is that if I just jump in a PvP match with a random, I'm just going to get my ass kicked because I'm trying to test a poise theory. So what I'll do is I'll probably wait till my roommate gets home, and then maybe we'll just throw in the password and PvP each other so I can test both things out. They both make sense, though. I have heard that the iframe roll theory was proven to be false. I've been trying to check. I mean, I've been hearing it's been kind of even as far as whether it's true or false. So I'm not sure how to take that. Strawweiser, who was the guy who let me know on my comments, said he's actually been testing it for 20 hours himself. And actually, another person too in the comments, one of the other guys I mentioned, said the same thing, that they've experienced themselves. So I'm gonna take their word for it. And it does make sense when you think about the animation for fat rolling, so I can see them doing that. But the Street Fighter hyper armor theory does make sense as well. The reason why I say that is because if you can think back to the when you fight the knights, those knights that get summoned, where you fight the Nameless King, the Dranliak Knights. Oh, he killed me. Like, I've noticed that those guys, when you're fighting them, they stagger when they get hit, unless they're attacking you, then they don't stagger. And like, since they are since they work like NPCs and not like a boss, then I imagine that they will follow the same rules that the player does. So since they tank their hits that way, maybe that's how we're supposed to use poise. Like I said, I haven't made my own conclusion on it yet. I'm going to test it out, and then I'll draw my own conclusion, and I'll make another follow-up video, after that. But you guys let me know what you think about it. Like, what have you experienced? Have you tested poise yourself? Did you hear any other theories about it? Which do you find to be true, the hyper armor theory or the iframe theory? Just give me some insight on that, and then also on the patch that we just had, if you noticed any other quirks about it, just give me a holler in the comments, man. I'll appreciate it. I think I'm getting my butt kicked because I'm trying to talk to you guys instead of concentrating on playing this game. So I'm gonna shut up for now and finish up this fight, unless I get killed now. But I thank you all for coming out again, man. Thanks a lot. Again, sound off in the comment section. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you all next time.